Hello and welcome back to ENG Engine, and my name is Bharati. This video is about future perfect tense. Always remember, tense means the time of action and verb plays a major role in tenses. And verb is a word that denotes an action, a state of being and possession. Now to the video. Future perfect tense is used to talk about a future action that will be completed before a certain future time. That is, future perfect tense is used to talk about a future action that will be completed before a certain future time. That is, future perfect tense is used to denote two things. This is the first one. It talks about the future action that will be completed before a certain future time. Okay, so the action will begin in the future, it will go on for some time, and it will end in the future. That is, the action will start in future. I'll just give you a timeline so that it will be easy for you to follow. This is the timeline. So this is the past, this is the present, and this is the future. Well, this is the future. Now, future perfect tense is used to talk about a future action that will be completed before a certain future time. See, this is the future tense. See, the action started here at 2 o'clock and the action gets over here by 3 o'clock. So the action started here and it got over here by 3 o'clock. Perfectly it got over. That is why it is called as perfect tense. Right? So future perfect tense is used to talk about a future action that will be completed before a certain future time. I shall have finished my work by then. That is, you're starting your work here. Say, for example, you start your work here. That is, I shall have finished. So the work is started here. So when you will finish, I shall have finished my work by then. So this is the time which denotes to then. Right. So this by then, perfectly you would have completed your work. Next, future perfect tense is used to denote the completion of certain action that was started in past time before a specific time in future. That is the action, again a timeline. Now you have a timeline here. Now this denotes the past. This is the present. And this is the future. And this is the future, right? To denote the completion of some action that was started in past before a specific time in future. Now look at the example. I will have worked here for 5 years by the end of this month. So this is the future here. Say, for example, by the end of this month. So this is the future time, by the end of this month. This is the future time, end month, right? And I will have worked here for 5 years. So the action would have started very far behind, maybe in the present or in the past. Somewhere in the present or in the past, the action might have begun. So it ends here in the future. That is, by the end of this month, 5 years is getting completed. I will have worked here for 5 years by the end of this month. Next, formation of future perfect tenses. The formation is will or shall plus have plus past participle. So we have will or shall, either will or shall. We use have, the perfect verb. For perfect tense, the word is either has or have. So for future tense, we use only have, and this have is used both with the singular as well as the plural. It is used both with the singular as well as the plural, and we use the past participle, which is also called as verb 3. Okay, so it will be either will have plus past participle or shall have plus past participle. I've already taught you in future tenses where we use will and where we use shall. Shall is used with the first person pronouns, that is I or we. Using will is also not wrong, but I shall or we shall will be very perfect. And will is used with the second person and the third person pronouns. Now let us just look at the examples. She will have written her exercises by this time tomorrow. So she will have written. So we have this will here, right? And we have this have, and the past participle of write is written. So she will have written her exercise by this time tomorrow. So this denotes the future time, and there is a deadline. In the future perfect tense, a deadline is given to denote the completion of the action, and perfectly the action gets over at that time, that end deadline. Next, he will have made a big business by next week. He will have made, this is the future perfect tense, a big business by next week. So this gives the deadline. Next sentence, you will have finished your interview by this time next week. You will have finished. So will you have, and have is there, and finished is the past participle of finish. By this time next week. This shows the end point. Next, the negative sentences using future perfect tense. She will not have prepared food by the time children arrive. So will not have prepared. So will have prepared. That is a positive sentence or affirmative sentence, not gives the negative word. Doctors will not have checked all the patients by evening. So this gives the dead point, the deadline. Will not have checked. This is the verb. So this not gives the negative form. So doctors will not have checked all the patients by evening. The next sentence, he will not have learnt to speak German by the time he flies there. By the time he flies there gives the deadline, the end point. He will not have learned to speak. He will not have learnt. Till not have learnt. This is the verb. Okay. So this not gives the negative sense. So he will not have learned to speak German by the time he flies there. So these are the negative sentences, the examples for negative sentences. Next we have the interrogatives using future perfect tense. We have the yes or no type of question. Will children have woken up by 6 o'clock? So will is there, then have woken. The past participle for wake is woken by 6 o'clock. So this is the dead time, the end time. Will the lifestyle of people have changed by 5 years? This is the end time. Before this, will it have done? That is it. So will is there, then the lifestyle of people. Have is there, then changed. So the past participle of change is changed. Next, will he have recovered from dengue by 2 weeks? So will he have recovered by 2 weeks? This shows the end point. So before a deadline, the action will be completed perfectly. That is called the future perfect tense. I hope you understood. So we learnt that future perfect tense denotes an action that will start in future and complete within a definite period in future. It should have a deadline or a fixed time for the action to get completed. We also learnt how to use the modal verb and the have and the past participle. We learned the structure of future tense and how to frame interrogative sentences as well as the negative sentences. This marks the end of this video. If you find this video useful, kindly like and share, and also hit on the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thanks for watching.